Recording is on.
Hi, thanks a lot for joining and welcome to the March edition of the Community Awards. Today we have a short agenda, but the topics are in any case really interesting. So let's get started. We are going to see with Carlo how the changes with SonarCloud are going and at which stage we are. And then Michele will tell us more about Uyuni and issues with storage and what you can do when your storage is running full. And before starting, I have also a disclaimer on my side. Probably you saw it currently. If you're trying to look at the Uyuni website, you will get SSL error. So yes, our certificate unfortunately is expired. We have a ticket open for it because the auto renewal is not working, and yeah, we need to wait for the fix to be done. It's nothing, unfortunately, that we can handle directly ourselves. So it's not nice, but unfortunately, this is the current state. I will keep an eye on the changes on this topic. So as soon as things will improve, I will also share the news on GitHub because there are already other community members reporting the issue. And by the way, thanks as usual for reporting issues that you are identifying while using Uyuni or even looking at the website or the documentation. Said that, I would like to hand over directly to Carlo as our first presenter for today.
Okay, thank you, Marina. Let me just start the presentation and share my screen. Okay, can you see it? Can you see it?
Still no, at least. Okay, now it's there.
Now it's there, okay.
Yeah.
Good. Hello everyone, and thank you for coming today. This quick presentation is aiming basically to make a summary of what point we are at with our SonarCloud instance. Our current situation is the following. In the last year, we just dropped down the overall issues from nearly 7,000 to about 1,500. And the good news is that all the security hotspots have been torn down to zero. It's fair to say that the security hotspots were not critical, but anyway, it's a good thing not to have them around. And this is the situation split down for every programming language. So Java is still holding most of the issues. Python has a number of issues that is more or less manageable. We have a kind of new, under quotes, language that is Shell, that has a bunch of errors, but after all, they are just boiling down to few rules. We got rid of all the minor stuff, which was TypeScript, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That was more noise than an actual bunch of problems. The work that has been done was really a team effort. So I'd like to thank everybody that contributed to it. We had some meetings with the Java people, the Python guys, and the TypeScript guys as well to decide what rules to keep and what to drop. And some of the rules that were there were just adding noise and were not actual issues, basically. Victor was actually helping us solving problems regarding the regular expressions, and that were ending up to potential security issues. So thanks a lot to him. And also Carl, before leaving us, did a great job of moving all the rules in the TypeScript linter so that we don't have duplicates between the TypeScript linter and the SonarCloud, and the issues come up basically in one point only, which is the TypeScript linter. Regarding the CSS issues, Carl suggested that although they were quite simple. By removing them, we could have had some unexpected side effects. So it was better to tag them as solved so that only the new issues may pop up. Because anyway, during during time, the refactoring of the CSS will solve them anyway, and this is an issue that has to be solved with time. It cannot be just solved moving a couple of CSS around because the risk is too high, basically. HTML and JavaScript issues were very quick to solve and to remove. My hack week this year was aimed to get rid of some of the errors regarding the so-called cognitive complexity, which is basically a measure of how big and convoluted some methods of Java methods are. We decided during one of the meetings with the Java people that a reasonable threshold should have been 35 instead of the default that was 15, basically. And this left us with 38 methods to refactor. So to break down into manageable chunks. It was quite a good exercise. Currently, there are only 2 methods left with complexity greater than 35, and they both have to be refactored by refactoring other classes, basically action type, for example. So it needs some more complex refactoring, and I was running out of time, but I will tackle them for sure after the 5.2 release in June, say June, July. So what's next? Well, this is basically a call to all the developers when you have some time, and I know that I'm well aware that nobody has spare time, basically. But anyway, it's a kind of a friendly reminder. Please try to have a look and solve some SonarCloud issues. Um, the aim is always to have this tool more usable, and this means that to have a number of issues that is very low or somehow manageable. Basically, we have to eat the elephant, and the way, as they're saying, we have to do it one slice at a time. Just a little suggestion: solving issues, basically SonarCloud issues by rule, can be quicker because you are focused on one root cause only. But this is just a suggestion. And please remember also that there is a label for your PRs that is SonarCloud error reduction for just to be quick to find the regarding PRs, basically. Okay, that's all from my side. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer. No questions.
Doesn't seem to be the case.
Okay, so I guess it's over to you, Marina. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot for presenting, and yeah, let's see with the next update how the numbers will look like. Thanks, Carlo. Okay, well, as I was anticipating before, the next one is Michele. So whenever you're ready, stage is yours.
Yes, hi. So let me share the screen. Okay, so you should see Uni instance, right?
Still no.
Yes,
Okay,
upcoming.
now yes.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thanks. So yeah, hi. So if you remember before container, we had this cool feature for the disk check that somehow send you an email when the disk was almost full at 90%, and also send you email to advise that the disk was almost full, and then reached the 95%. The system D spacewalk service was stopped to prevent any kind of corruption. With the container, we lost somehow this feature before, if I recall correctly, with the fat giant container that contains also the DB. We still had it, but yeah, it was stopping the system D services. So the container was up, was a strange. And yeah, right now that we have also the database separated, yeah, it's somehow lack of sense. I mean, it has sense for the container, but we are not monitoring at all the database. So yeah, what we implemented recently is still the PR is still ongoing, still not merged yet. Hopefully, we'll see in the next release, but yeah, let's see. We try to implement this feature in order to check either the server and the database. So the main difference we had is instead of having the a system D script that runs, we have a taskomatic job right there. This is the disk check task queue. It runs once per hour, but of course you can run it whenever you want. And basically, yeah, it checks the status of the disk of the server and the database. And yeah, it provides some different kind of information. The first one, the disk right now it's fine, but yeah, this is because I deleted some file. You would see in this case how it looks like. So you would have this kind of in this case I had a unique volume for the server database. So actually, the disk checked it's the same. So this is the reason why you see two times the alert. But yeah, you would see in case of warning. So in case you reach the 90%, you would see this kind of message either for the system and either for the database. And moreover, yeah, since it's using the notification tool, you would also receive an email. The admin would receive an email. But yeah, let's see also the other feature that it has. So okay, here I'm on SSH with the server. Let's try to pretend that the disk it's almost full. So yeah, as you can see here now, we reached the 91%. So as you can see right there, everything is still up and running. And once you log in, you would see the message that they say, hey, your disk is almost full. Before before the service is stopped by the health check, please try to get rid of the some data. And yeah, after beside this one, we also have sorry, we also have this message right there. What and this is a warning. And what happens once when also reach the 95%, which is 10 maybe. Okay. Yeah, in this case, we reached the 96%. I'm not sure if they are checked. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. As you can see now, the instance is no longer running because it was stopped by the health check. And yeah, also checking right there, you would see here okay, the database is still not stopped, but yeah, in case as you can see, you're not, as you cannot see actually, you cannot see the server because it was stopped. So yeah, this should prevent. I mean, the idea in general of all this feature is not providing a monitoring tool for our container, but just prevent that something really bad can happen. So that it's something the scares if we reach if we get to the disk full, it's something strange might happen. So yeah, just to go back to a normal situation, we just need to remove the things that you just get rid of some space in the disk. So now it's the 91%, and hopefully, yeah, it will take a while, but yeah, right now the system is, as you can see here, with the server also is starting, the database is running. So in few minutes, everything should be up and running. Yeah, so yeah, this is basically it. I don't know if we have had a discussion also in the PR about. Okay, now I cannot show you about. I mean, right now the mm, I mean, it's not it's not up because it's just not 3 minutes. Because I set they are after 3 minutes. So yeah, as you can see, here starting. No, okay, we had a discussion that about the login page. We are not, mm, in the past we had this message in the login page, but in this way, all users that connected are not also the admin can so this can see this problem. I don't know if you have any opinion about that, if it's okay or not, if we should remove it. Beside of that, about the notification and the mail in that case are sent just to the admin, and so in that case should be fine. I don't know. So yeah, feel free to provide some comment. Just speak about that, or feel free to comment in the PR, and let's see if now it start. Yeah. Okay, now it's back. So yeah, everything seems to be fine. Okay. Yeah, ready for the answer if there are any.
Well, for the moment, I see a positive feedback on on the feature. I don't know if anyone has other questions around this feature, or maybe feedback or ideas for improving where to put this warning with the message that the storage is running out. At the end, it's user experience, and any feedback is absolutely important.
Oh yeah, I forgot something. Maybe valuable. Okay, yeah. This is the general how it generally works. We still need to, of course, provide the documentation for that. But yeah, there is also the possibility to change this threshold. By now, the default is for the alert, the 90% of the disk, and 95% for the F check, either for the server and for the database. But yeah, actually, it's possible by setting the we have this custom conf systemd file where we can provide some environmental variable. In that file, it's possible to override this default value. Probably it might be something that might be interesting in case of really, really large disk. So yeah, now it's everything for me. Yeah, thanks.
Michele, there's a question in the chat. I don't know if you want to pick it up directly or.
I want to ask
Yep.
you if you are used to setting generally, generally, I use the host name as a minion ID. I was showing something there. Okay. Generally, for me, I was just using the host name, and yeah, that way it's used directly as minion ID. But I don't know if any other one has other preference.
Any other question for Michele? Feel free to go down.
Okay, so I've actually run myself out of disk space before, so this is a much appreciated prevention of disaster. Unfortunately, we're in the situation where when you've replicated a lot of content, this is very difficult to have a backup and a reasonable time to restore. Anytime you can help prevent disaster, that's a good thing. So thank you.
Any other feedback or questions for Michele? Okay, doesn't seem to be the case. So again, thanks a lot, Michele, for presenting. And this one was our last presentation for today. So we are still plenty of time. If you have any other general question or things that you would like to share, feel free to just chime in.
Just wanted to give you an update of the Google Summer of Code status. So students started applying, and so far we have 5 applicants. So it's not a lot, but they still have like 5 days to apply. And of course, if you know a student who would be interested in applying for uni, it's not too late.
Good point. Thanks for the reminder. We could put a message on the website, but we miss a certificate at the moment. No, jokes apart. But yeah, maybe we could add also a news in the website and send a reminder on the list. Anyone else has questions or something to share? Maybe
There was
can
a
we look
question in
at
the
the
chat.
chat? Yep, indeed. So it's a follow-up on the question from before about the minimum ID.
No, it's about this custom theme.
No, I was reading the one up. Okay. I don't know if someone has a proper answer to that one, because I'm not sure myself about the caching.
Maybe some sentences regarding that idea. I don't know whether this is a good idea or a bad idea. That's why I bring it up here to hear your thoughts on it. So I have a customer who always has custom themes for their application. So for their monitoring, they have their company logo and their font and their colors. And they asked me whether this would also be possible for Uyuni or multi-Linux manager. And I had a look at it and I saw that it's not possible right now because the CSS files aren't persistent in the container. But some people found a way how to deal with that. And I was just curious whether this might also be interesting to other people and maybe we could get it implemented. What are your thoughts on it?
You could still probably mount some volumes with the file where you want of the theme where you want.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't check the solution completely yet, but if you cannot add files and have them persistent, you can still have the Punman extra args to add new volumes there.
Yeah, that's what the person also pointed out, that this is a way to implement it. And yeah, I mean, it's not a hack. It's an extra step, I would say. So I think this is not going to be supported by the project in any case, but maybe that's something that might be a valuable addition for the product at some time, maybe. I don't know whether our bigger customers also asked for that, maybe.
Could that be something that could go in a documentation or something like that? Say, hey, if you want to customize your theme, you can do it this way. Like some tips for other users that could be shared somewhere in the doc.
That sounds good, yeah.
On the other hand, we need to be careful with customizations on the theme, because the theme that are provided are done also keeping accessibility in mind. So while on one side is great to have all the tools integrated in the same way with the same look and feel, it could also bring some unexpected drawback with maybe the UI not completely visible because maybe the theme is not matching the right scheme.
Yeah,
So it's something to handle with care.
definitely.
And it's also what is dangerous is that if for some reason we need to change the theme and the CSS, then it may break the theming that you have, and then you have to redo it again. I
Yeah.
don't think we want to have to guarantee any stability in that regard.
maybe we should ask and talk to our front end geekos about so how maybe other products typically do that. So maybe there's some kind of standard or best practice what they do, and maybe we can also go in such a direction. So for example, maybe if it's just about somebody wants to exchange the logo, I think this is something which is not dangerous. So, so if it goes to changing all the colors and other things, then you might find some funny results in the end. But so maybe we should talk to our geeks and see how that if there are something we can improve in that regard.
But just be aware that with MLM we cannot do this, but with Uyuni we could have that. I mean, it's just like changing the fonts in your terminal. People can do it. Is hacky, sometimes hacky solutions from the community, but it's there and it can live as soon as there. It's not something that we as Uyuni community would support and and strongly encourage, because it could be leading to problems. But if people want to do it, why not?
No, but maybe we could have some sort of guidelines on how to make those themes, at least for having some sort of stability when you try to change a color schema or something like that. That maybe could be maybe something nice even for a GSOC to try to write down this kind of documentation also on the Uyuni side.
Yeah, and Cedric, keep in mind, open source is all about allowing people to shoot themselves in the foot if they want.
Yeah.
It is.
That's why I don't see any problem in allowing this and letting people do it.
No, it's not a problem. I was with my first comment at the beginning. I was more thinking, at the change that is like the Armageddon, and your Uyuni instance is there up and running, but you don't see anything. So it was more something like that. But absolutely, I mean, open source is great also because you have the freedom to do what you want with the code, and it's great.
And maybe if someone wants to centralize all the color definitions and have some nice verbals that people could overwrite some easily, then even better, we could take that work.
Very good. I will try out the solution, and yeah, sounds like an interesting task.
Maybe you could propose a GSOC project for that.
That would be possible. Maybe I could also add something to the documentation. I think there was just another issue the other day on GitHub where I said that I will create a PR. Maybe I should do this.
Of course, more than welcome. Well, any other question or feedback to share?
I think we will hear a lot about Multi-Linux Manager at SUSECon, which is taking place next month. But I saw that Cedric posted some Helm charts on GitHub, and I'm just curious in which direction the Uyuni project might go in the next couple of months. Will we see all the microservices in dedicated containers like TFTPD for the very latest version?
Okay, so I think I said it already, and probably even in the Uyuni community hour, but we don't have the capability to split everything into microservices first. At least days are only 24 hours, and it's just not possible for us.
Yeah.
So the goal is to have that running as we have in Podman for now, but run it in Kubernetes. It has quite a number of drawbacks, and I have to admit that running systemd in the server container is quite a bit of a pain. But Uyuni is still going to have both Podman and Kubernetes deployments. and the deployment on Kubernetes is not going to be using MGR ADM or MGR proxy. It's using Helm charts only, which means that people who would be deploying Uyuni on Kubernetes or the Uyuni proxy on Kubernetes need to have Kubernetes skills. They need to know what they're doing. We cannot just say, "Hey, I'm an Uyuni user for a lot of time, and I just want to switch to Kubernetes just out of the box." It's not meant to be a out of the box experience. You need to configure your storage. You need to know how your network is going to be working and so on. And yes, we're providing Helm charts, example Helm charts. So the Uyuni charts repo is just a set of examples. And the Uyuni, the server Helm and proxy Helm are the Helm charts that we will be shipping as part of the releases that deploy what is necessary. So you will be deploying the server, potentially the TFTP container, Saline and whatnot. But we won't be deploying the cert manager resources. We won't be defining your persistent volumes and network configuration and so on. So the idea is really to take this as a multiple persona story, where you have the cluster admin that's different from the Uyuni admin, that is different for the infrastructure admin even. And each one has their own role. So the Helm chart that we ship with each release would be really targeting the Uyuni admin itself. And yes, if possible, if we can split some containers out, why not? But the further we go, the harder it is.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. Totally makes sense.
And we will never have an application that is a set of microservices. It's not going to work unless we rewrite everything from scratch.
Why not? Just kidding. Just kidding.
Don't give
I'm
Cedric
feeling lazy
ideas.
now.
Any other question or curiosity or something that you would like to share?
And Christian, of course, if you want to test and have a go at the new Helm charts, there's no doc yet, but if you want to have a go and try them out, we're more than happy to get feedback.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. I never was using Kubernetes by now, so maybe I get started with Kubernetes, and then after 6 months, when I got started with Kubernetes, I can try out the Helm chart. But yeah, I know some people who are using Kubernetes, and I will hand over the repository to them so that they can have a look at it.
Okay. There's a question on
I
the
saw.
EL10 support.
Indeed, and actually, a good point was indeed worth to mention. So finally, if things are going as we hope, the EL10 support is on the way. I would say maybe for next release, things are looking better. So let's see. I don't want to promise too much, but finally things are starting to roll better than before.
So what
Yep.
I can see about that one is that EL10 will be in, as well as Debian 13.
Yes.
Both, as far as I can see, only supporting x86-64 v3.
Yep.
I at least for RHEL10 they have so EL10 they have also a v2 compilation, but we don't have that one yet. So, and we are thinking if it's worth the effort or not, or just saying, okay, so for EL10, please use up-to-date hardware. So let's see how the customers and community is reacting on that one. So in theory, there might be also an option to compile the client tools in V2 and run it also on V3, which I think should be theoretically possible. And if our tools, so VM Minion and maybe SpaceCMD or a monitoring tool, will really benefit from the V3 versus V2, I'm not sure if somebody would really be able to measure that speed improvement. Let's see what we can do. But that's about Debian 13 and EL10, and I'm pretty sure both will come with the next release because everything is in and merged as far as I know. So then it will go out. And as far as I know, they enabled also Ubuntu 26.04 in the build service. So that means we are also starting the journey to somehow prepare something. But yeah, everything starts with the Salt Minion. Let's see when we get that one. But I hope we will be faster than this time than compared to, let's say, Debian 13.
Yeah, but for sure, the new Ubuntu not together with Debian 13 and EL10. Those first. Yeah.
Along the news, also, there's something that's coming up. So Michele has fixed the Prometheus exporter recently, this week, because of the Tomcat 11 bump. The Prometheus exporter had to be upgraded, and that means that some of the metrics names will change. So if you're using the Prometheus exporter metrics for your dashboards, I mean, not those that are provided by the salt formulas we ship, but some custom dashboards, you may want to take a look at the changes. Metrics may have changed for you. Not all of them, but some of them have changed. But we will be adding this in the release notes.
And mentioning also something else reported on Gitter. Thanks for telling us about the issue with the container utils, the stable container utils. I didn't notice that we had some of the builds in a broken status. So I will have a look, and yeah, I will let you know as soon as things are fixed. Thanks a lot for reporting again. Your help is really important. Thanks. Anything else to share? Seems to be a good session of sharing and question and answer. So if you have something else, we still have a bit of time.
Just wanted to say that it went much smoother going to 2026-03 for me. That was pretty easy upgrade compared to 01 where we had the database change. So thank you.
About the database, we got some additional feedback that there are issues also with immigration to 2026-03. So maybe there's something else to adjust to fix. But things will be shared as usual in release notes and announcement. If there are, like for the previous release, something, if there is something else special to run or to do.
Yeah, but that was also when you are coming from an older release, so before 2601. So when you are on a 2025 dot something, and then migrate directly to 2603, you also seems to also have a small problem. So I'm not sure. So yeah, there's a GitHub issue, and I think we will look into that one, whatever that is this time.
Anything else? Okay, this time seems not. Then I would say thanks a lot for joining. As always, the recordings will be published on our channel, and we can stop the recording